Hello everyone, this is your captain speaking. As promised, with a new year comes new changes for religious education. Our attendance in RE prior to switching to a two-service model was so good that it was bordering on not good. Our attendance was so good that I was getting nervous that we were growing faster than we could manage. We were seeing regular attendance and our classrooms were regularly maxing capacity. Since we've switched to RE happening during the middle hour, our classrooms are lucky to see just a handful of students for each class. Not many people have actually approached me to talk about how our community may not be serving their family anymore. They simply aren't showing up. The things that used to work 5, 8, 10 years ago, they just don't fit anymore. Okay, it's too cold. I want us to also remember that not all learning happens in a classroom. Studies show that the most impactful and longest lasting type of learning is experiential, hands-on learning. We know that it's not enough to have theoretical knowledge. We also have to practice the things that we are learning. Beginning this coming Sunday, RE will be expanding to include this two-pronged approach to learning. Guided classroom-style education will still happen during service rather than middle hour. Middle hour is going to become a social hour with theme-based options for children to choose from to fit their needs best. Each of these spaces will still need 2 background-checked adults to monitor these spaces at minimum. These spaces should largely be self-led by the children, with guidance being provided by adults on things like collaboration, problem solving, emotional regulation, and kindness and fairness. You're a referee, essentially. We have a wonderful community of kind, thoughtful, funny kids. And honestly, very few problems tend to arise. And with 34 background-checked adults on my volunteer roster, we really should not see a problem with facilitating such spaces. The RE cabinet, just outside the sanctuary, now houses a schedule for our volunteers to sign up for shifts. Every person who has been background checked and approved to help with RE has a magnetic name tag that they can take and place on a shift. So my hope is that this physical schedule will allow people to be able to sign up and visually see where our needs in RE are on any given Sunday without having to hunt me down for the information, because I am all over the place. I am also reserving some family rooms during service and during middle hour. During our first service, we live streamed that service on Zoom. All of the RE classrooms have TVs in them. So room 124, I am reserving specifically as a family room, and I will need a volunteer willing to bring their own laptop to help facilitate running that Zoom feed in that room. During the middle hour, I'm also going to be reserving the room that is next to the nursery, the one that is usually our pre-K kindergarten room, as a family space for parents with younger children to be together and to connect, and their kids can be occupied in appropriate ways. I know that parents want to connect with other parents or just other people, but standing around with a cup of coffee trying to wrestle a 6-year-old is no one's idea of a good time. Now, these family rooms will not be staffed by my employees or by background checked volunteers. These are family rooms. So parents are expected to remain with their children at all times. If you have to step out of the room, your child goes with you. So, to summarize, life is different. The needs of our families are different. And we're trying some different things to support our whole community. If you are interested in helping to support RE, we could use a few more teachers for our pre-K kindergarten class, for our elementary level class, and for a high school youth group that we'd like to start. Classes will still need volunteer assistants as well as teachers. We will also need volunteers to facilitate the Zoom streaming during the first service. We will need volunteers to facilitate our social hour stations. As I mentioned before, we currently have 34 background checked volunteers, which is awesome, but we can always take more. Many hands make light work, so the more the merrier. It is the responsibility of all of us to be part of this effort, not just parents, in order to build a resilient community. We do not want to be a community that merely tolerates the presence of children in our spaces. Children are inherently part of community. This is a job for us all. Thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone on Sunday.